Okay, looks like we're live. What's going on, everybody? So we'll try this again. My audio issues should be fixed now. So I'm joined with vegan Footsoldier. We're going to be debating the ethical issues with culling carnivorous animals, and my debate proposition was that culling carnivorous animals is ethical so long as you are reducing rights violations in the target or prey species. And before we begin, I also want to point out that I saw your response to me about this topic, where my position obviously is, yeah, it's okay to kill carnivorous animals in such cases where you do reduce rights violations. I'm a threshold deontologist. I'm not a utilitarian, so any argument you've used to debunk a utilitarian position wouldn't apply to my stance.
Okay, well, I'll be interested in discussing precisely that today, as I feel like there's some things that we can clear up. And I think this is quite a divisive topic in the VYC right now. When I made that video, there was some small percentage of people who agree with your position, Richard, but I think the overwhelming majority of people don't find it acceptable, or they think at least that there's something quite wrong with killing these animals. And just to lay it out to people who maybe haven't followed the conversation so far, we'll get into the nitty gritty, I'm guessing very shortly, but the end point of this basically says that it might result in fewer rights violations to do certain things, and under certain circumstances, we'd be justified ethically in killing lions and tigers and leopards and jaguars and cougars and cheetahs and hyenas and wolves and dingoes and coyotes and raccoons and skunks and ferrets and weasels and badgers and bears and snakes and lizards, whales, sharks, eels, sea lions, walruses, seals, dolphins, alligators, crabs, frogs, owls, hawks, harriers, falcons, eagles, and many more animals. We would be ethically justified in just wiping off the face of the earth, or just tranquilizer darts, so they can't reproduce, like just getting rid of them, getting them out of existence. And and it seems fairly unintuitive to a vegan position. So I feel like there's something going wrong here with the reasoning. I know Arvi convinced you of this position originally, and my goal today is to try and persuade you otherwise. And yeah, so I think that all of these animals have a right to live, and we shouldn't kill them, and it's not ethical to do so. So yeah, do you want to get into anything, or shall I just dive in to start asking you some questions on this?
Yeah, why don't you just start off by asking me whatever questions you had in mind?
Okay, so just to clarify about the normative structure, or the claim here, I'll just ask you a simple question. Would it be ethical to kill all of the eagles, owls, hawks, harriers, falcons, and every other bird of prey in existence if it were to result in one single mouse not being eaten by them?
So, you know my proposition, so long as it reduces rights violations in the target or prey species, then yeah, I'm in favor of culling carnivorous animals.
Right, so it is really like this, we're adding stuff up here. It's not like if one single mouse would be eaten, then it justifies killing all of it. That would be nonsense, right?
Sorry, you're saying if it results in one additional mouse death, then I wouldn't be in favor, and if it results in one fewer, then I would be in favor? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, let's just take a world in which the only things in this world which exist are all of these birds of prey and one single mouse. And either you kill all of the birds of prey or the mouse is going to get eaten. Would you kill all of the birds of prey to save that one single mouse? You wouldn't, right?
No, I would. Yeah.
You would kill all of the birds to save one mouse.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If there was one Jewish person, and I don't know, if the entire world was made up of Nazis, would you kill all the Nazis to save the one Jew?
Well, I don't generally kill people, right? So, but it's your position that you're going to be killing all of the birds of prey to save one single mouse, right? So So
Yeah, sure. Like it's
I'm
a weird
surprised I'm a bit
hypothetical
taken aback by
because
that, to be
it's
fair.
just like it's a strange hypothetical. Like I answered yes, but I think it's a confusing hypothetical because it would just not ever practically work. If there was only one mouse. Um
Okay, I'll explain why I'm asking this question. So what I'm
yeah,
trying to guess
sure.
at is, are we in the business of adding up rights violations and saying, well, more rights violations have been uh, occurred here, so then this leads us to that decision? Or are you literally saying that one single rights violation justifies eradicating all of the species just to prevent this potential harm?
Okay, well, we're not talking about one single rights violation. We're talking about a species that has to commit mass murder to survive. So this isn't really about one single rights violation. Like if we were to try to put things into a vacuum as much as possible, like would I be willing to kill like many other animals or beings to save one, assuming, the beings that I would be, killing are like, mass murderers and the one being that I'm trying to save is innocent, then yeah, I don't see what the problem is. Like, again, if the entire world was made up of Nazis and there was one Jew, would you kill all the Nazis? My answer would be yeah. Like they're the ones committing the rights violation in the first place. The only reason you're violating their rights is to prevent a rights violation from taking place.
Right. So this is really strange because it's like you've
It's kind of
reversed the
like
Trolley
non-aggression
problem and bit the
principle.
bullet. Sorry.
Sorry? It's kind of like the non-aggression principle. So, like, the problem I have is that predators are the ones violating others' rights. So, yeah, like obviously I'm more in favor of protecting the innocent versus like it's really strange too because weren't you attacking my position based on utilitarianism? Now it sounds like you have a utilitarian position.
I'm trying to get at right now. I'm just trying to understand what your position is. So right now, what you're saying is, I don't think you mean what you think you mean right now, or what you're saying right now, because the position would be pretty insane. So you're saying that like normally there's like a trolley problem, and it's like there's five people one track and one person on the other track, and the train is careering down the rails, and it's going to kill the
Yeah,
five
sure,
people.
I
So you've got
understand
the
that, but
trolley.
I mean, if the five
Yeah.
people that I'd end up killing are mass murderers, why the fuck would I save the five mass murderers?
Right. So what's happening, right, is instead of it careering down the five track, it's careering down the one track, and you're pulling the lever to kill the five.
Yeah, if they're all mass murderers and I know they're gonna
Right.
end up committing more rights violations, why would I save them?
Right. Well, if that is genuinely your position, it's a bizarre position because then you're just going to have to kill everyone and everything, right? Because,
No,
um,
you
like,
heard? Did you not listen to my proposition? I said
well,
in
yeah, but this is
circumstances where
again,
it
what
reduces
you're saying
rights
now is going,
violations, dude,
yeah,
I
it's
said in
going against the
circumstances where it
proposition now.
reduces rights violations, I'm in favor of killing predatory species.
Right. So you're saying that it reduces rights violations as part of your proposition. But now when I'm asking you about one single rights, so obviously we've got you would have to violate millions of you would have to cause millions of rights violations to save one mouse from
Okay, let
having.
me ask you this. Like, were you not in favor of, like, killing Nazis? Like, would you have been against World War II? Like, considering the German population was larger than the Jewish population?
I think we're getting slightly derailed. I will answer
No, I'm
that. I
not.
would
Like,
say that
I don't see what the,
I
like,
don't
dude,
I
I
don't
don't see what the issue is
feel
here. Considering the German population is bigger than the Jewish population, like, would you be against, like, killing Nazis?
yeah, I think we should incapacitate Nazis if they're
Well, you
trying to kill someone else.
can't.
But I wouldn't kill. But we're
Well, you
getting in
can't.
the weeds of
We're
it. We're trying
talking
to
about a
talk about
situation
the
where you
animal
can
problem.
only use lethal force. So, what do you mean? Like assuming the Nazi population was greater than the Jewish population, would you not be in favor of killing Nazis to save Jews, even though that means you're going to end up killing more people than the Nazis otherwise would kill?
Yeah, we're just talking about war. I don't
This
generally
like
support
it
war.
doesn't matter if we're talking about war. Like it's
Yeah.
the same principle. You're trying to say it's ridiculous to be in favor of killing if the killing results in more deaths. Then
Right, but the thing is, I'm trying to tease out here. So your prop is about weighing up rights violations if it reduces rights violations. But now you're saying, it seems to me that you're now saying that one single rights violation of that one single mouse justifies killing or committing a million rights violations. So if you just said that if there was one Jew and a million Nazis, you'd kill a million Nazis because of that
yeah,
doesn't sound like a reduction in rights violations. That sounds like you're
no,
just
it
saying any
is.
one rights violation and then it
No, it
justifies
is. Yeah, no,
mass
it
murder.
is. So, like, for one thing, that hypothetical is a bit ridiculous because we're not talking about one mouse versus a billion predators. So that, yeah, that hypothetical is a little bizarre to me, but I answered it because you asked.
Hmm.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
because
see, like, so, dude, I don't see why this position that I would be in favor of killing mass murderers to save fewer, I don't know, innocent people. I don't see why that's ridiculous. Like, again, answer my question. Like, would you not be in favor of killing a larger population of Nazis to save a smaller population of Jews?
not as killing them because the Nazis also have the right to
So,
life. But
so okay,
what?
so you're telling me you'd let Nazis wipe out the Jews if that meant fewer people would die?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I would try my best to
That's
incapacitate them so they can
no,
do that.
no, no. Like you keep changing the hypothetical. I'm saying, like the hypothetical is if lethal force is the only way to stop them, you can't incapacitate them with some special space gun that just fires a magic bullet and puts them all to sleep. No, I'm
Well, guns
asking if
incapacitate.
what?
Like, do you not think that there's any prisoners in war? We're getting well off the tracks, man.
Dude,
Let's
no,
argue the
no. Let's
position.
assume. So you keep changing the hypothetical. Let's assume lethal force was the only way to stop them. You can't incapacitate them in any way.
Well, well,
If it meant,
that's not what war is. You're talking about
sorry,
war, but that's not what war is because you have prisoners of war,
I'm
right? You take
we're
prisoners of war.
dude. You keep changing the hypothetical. The point of the hypothetical is to like have you answer on like to have you answer this issue that you have with like yeah killing killers. So
Yeah, you're
if
giving me a trolley problem, and I've
no,
already
I'm
answered
not.
before.
Okay,
I
so
don't
no,
believe
I'm
it.
asking you something very straightforward. Like, your problem with my position is that, yeah, I'm in favor of killing a larger population of mass murderers to save a smaller population of innocent people or beings. So if the only way to kill Nazis was to use lethal force, and you had to kill a larger population of Nazis to save a smaller population of Jews, would you let the Nazis just wipe out the smaller population of Jews if it would result in fewer deaths?
I'm not a murderer, so I wouldn't be. If I could only use lethal force, I don't know. You talk to a war hero. I'm not a war hero. I'm not a
Okay,
murderer.
dude, that's not an answer. You're saying you just let Nazis wipe out Jews if it meant there would be less deaths?
Well, you want to kill everything, right? So let's just think about what you're saying, right? So
No,
you're saying
answer,
that because
dude,
of one
answer my
mouse.
hypothetical. Like, answer
I
my
just did, man.
hypothetical.
I've
You're the
answered
one
multiple
trying to
times
claim
now.
that my
I don't
position is
kill. I don't
ridiculous, but
believe in
then
a trolley
you
problem.
won't
I
even
don't
answer
kill.
a fucking hypothetical. Dude,
No, I've answered multiple
would
times
you
now. I
let
don't kill.
Nazis wipe out Jews if it meant there would be fewer deaths?
I don't care about fewer deaths or more deaths. I don't kill people, Richard. I've answered you this multiple times. I think four times now.
Okay, so
I
your
don't pull
answer
the
is you'd
lever and I
let
don't kill
Nazis
people.
wipe out Jews if you were in such a position.
I don't grant anything. I'm not part of that,
No,
right? If
okay.
Nazis
No,
killing
dude.
Jews,
If you're
I don't
saying
condone.
you wouldn't kill, then your answer is yeah. You'd let Nazis wipe out Jews, if it meant it would result in fewer deaths. So if there were 10 million Nazis, 5 million Jews, you'd let 10 million Nazis wipe out 5 million Jews because it would result in fewer deaths.
Right, because I'm a deontologist, but you seem to be talking from a perspective of
You'd
being
let
utilitarian.
Nazis wipe out
Right,
fucking Jews if it would result in
uh,
fewer deaths.
right. So you seem to be answering from a utilitarian perspective, right?
Sorry,
So
sorry. Can
you're
you
answering as a
can like no?
utilitarian.
Can
So
you answer
you're
that
weighing.
affirmatively because you're being really weaselly right now? Can you
So what
answer
do you
that
mean? I've answered
affirmatively?
multiple times. I don't kill people. I don't pull the lever in a trolley problem.
No,
I don't.
no.
I don't.
So
I
you're
don't.
telling me this
I don't
isn't a
kill people.
trolley problem. I'm
If this is a
asking you,
hypothetical, let
this
me talk,
isn't
man.
a
Let me talk.
trolley problem.
Well, it is. You're
No, it
saying that there's all
isn't.
these Jews and there's all these Nazis. What
No,
ones do you
it's
kill?
not a trolley problem.
Well,
So,
it
dude,
it is, right?
no, it's not a trolley problem. So what I'm trying to get out of you is whether or not you think it's okay to protect the rights of individuals if it would result in more harm in those perpetrating the harm.
Right. So you're trying to get me to answer as a utilitarian when I'm not a utilitarian. I've already said that I don't
That's
think
not
religion.
utilitarian logic.
It is utilitarian logic.
No, that's not
Uh,
utilitarian logic.
or
That fits.
it is. Do you want?
No,
I
that
actually
fit. No,
prepared an
you're
argument in
being more
advance.
utilitarian here. I'm being more deontological. Like,
You're
what are
not
you
doing.
talking about? You're only concerned with the totality of so you're only concerned with the totality of harm being committed. I'm actually interested in protecting individual rights. So you're the one being
No, no, no. I'm
utilitarian
not
here.
concerned with totality of harm, Richard, at all.
Yeah, you
Why do you
are.
think
You
that?
said you wouldn't be in favor of killing Nazis because it would
What? Because of
result in more
harm? No, because
harm.
I don't
That's
kill people.
utilitarian.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Utilitarianism
is.
would say, look, the Nazis will kill all of these people, and if I kill all of the Nazis, then that's going to cause more harm. So the utilitarian doesn't kill the Nazis. In this
You
case.
literally just said you wouldn't kill the Nazis, so you're
Oh yeah,
proving
sorry,
my
sorry, hold
point.
on.
You're being
Excuse me, I'm looking at
utilitarian.
something different. In the chat, I've just posted something in the chat here. I actually prepared this in advance because I anticipated stuff like this. So trolley problems, I'll just read it. Trolley problems and the variations all concern themselves with the same question, namely whether killing Y to save X or letting X die is more moral, right? So this is what we're saying now. We're talking about Nazis, talking about Jews. We're saying one is more morally important, one is less morally important, and
Okay,
we're weighing
dude,
these things.
no, no,
I'm not
no.
interested
This
in
isn't
that.
a trolley problem. This isn't talking about moral importance. We're talking about whether or not it's worth it to commit a greater amount of harm to prevent rights violations.
But
So
you're talking about harm. You're weighing harm and suffering and stuff like this. I don't
you're
do
the
that.
one doing that.
No, no, I'm not doing that. I'm
Okay,
saying that I don't
could you
kill
like just
people.
answer? Okay, dude, could you just answer the hypothetical because you still haven't done
Yeah,
it?
I already have.
Supposing
I don't kill
Okay,
people.
well, no,
If the
okay,
argument
no,
is
no, no,
I
you're
can't.
weaseling out of it. I want an affirmative answer. If
Yeah, I
there
don't kill
were,
people here. Yeah.
I want an affirmative answer. You can't just weasel out of it and say, I don't kill people. I want an affirmative answer, yes or no. So if there were 10 million Nazis and 5 million Jews, the only way to prevent all of those 5 million Jews from dying is to kill the 10 million Nazis. Would you let the 10 million Nazis kill all the Jews? Yes or
I think
no?
loaded, but
Yes or
yes,
no?
but
You would let
loaded,
the
but yes.
10 million Nazis kill the 5 million Jews.
Yes, because it's a loaded question, and
Oh
it's
god. And I'm the one who's the crazy person here.
yeah,
Okay.
because what you're saying here is that
Oh.
if we can prevent one mouse from dying, you would kill all of the animals in existence. You'd
Yes,
have to kill
because
all of the humans.
I'm in favor
You'd have to
of
kill
reducing rights
everything that exists.
violations. Dude, this is
Sorry?
so ridiculous. You criticize me based on this idea that I'm using some sort of utilitarian logic. Now you're using utilitarian logic. Like,
I'm not.
it makes no sense to me.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I don't kill
Yes,
people.
you
That's all
are.
I've said so far.
Yes,
I
you
don't kill
are,
people. You're
dude. The
saying that
whole
you want to kill
basis.
all of the
No, no, no,
Nazis.
no, no,
You
no.
kill
You're
all of the
weaseling out of it
intelligent animals. You
again.
want to
You're
kill all of these
weaseling out
people.
of it again. The
I'm not
whole
weaseling out of
basis.
anything.
The
Why are
whole
we going? Why are we
problem.
listening?
No,
Why are we
dude. The
listening?
whole
I've
problem
answered
you
it. Let's
had
move
with
on.
me. No, dude. The
I've
whole
answered
problem
it.
you
Let's
have
move
with
on
this
then.
position now. The whole problem you have with my position now is that I am fine with committing more harm if it results in fewer rights violations. So,
But
what,
you're
like,
calling more rights violation. You're violating a whole bunch of rights. So you're violating all of the rights of all of the animals in existence to save one mouse. In my original hypothetical that I brought out. So you're
okay?
causing more rights violations.
Yeah, that's fine. If it
Yeah.
prevents
So the
rights.
proposition is to reduce
No,
rights
no,
violations.
no, dude. Okay, so if we're talking about rights violations, I wouldn't consider it a violation of rights to. Sorry. How should I phrase this? So if somebody is perpetrating harm and violating somebody else's rights, it is interfering in some way, like using lethal force. Like, let's say you have a serial killer about to kill like a person. It's a lesser so yeah, you are violating their rights in a sense, but it's a lesser rights violation to kill them than for that person to kill an innocent person.
Do they
So
have
no,
rights
I
or not?
so sorry.
Do they have rights or not? Like, does an eagle or a lion have a right to life?
No, not when they're mass murderers.
So okay, so that
No,
by this
dude,
token,
when you're committing mass murder and the only way to stop you is to use lethal force, no, you don't have a right to life anymore. So, like, I wouldn't consider that a rights violation.
okay, so you don't consider it a rights violation
You could
to
argue that you're committing more harm, but I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that like a rights violation, or at least not a rights violation to the
yeah,
same
I don't
degree.
care about harm. So you don't think that animals who kill other animals have the right to life?
No.
Okay, so why don't you start today by killing meat eaters, right? Because it's ethical under your
Yeah.
view.
In many circumstances, it is. The
Okay,
reason I don't do it is because practical reasons.
right. So we're saying if there was no law enforcement that was going to come and arrest you, and you had guns in your house,
Yeah, sure.
um, and you found a few friends. I think Dr. Ravi believes in this. Maybe Ask Yourself believes in this. You could get like a team of vigilantes together, and you could go out and just start shooting meat eaters, right? That's ethical.
Yeah, so in because there's a cultural, upbringing where people are kind of indoctrinated and into a culture of meat eating and they've never really thought about the ethical implications of their food choices. I don't think it's the best solution to just go around killing random people that you see eating like at McDonald's. Now, if there's a circumstance like Isaac Butterfield or Penguin Zero, like people I've made videos on where I've talked about how what they're doing is wrong, and then they still, even when they agree with me, Penguin Zero even agreed with me, and they still eat meat, then yeah, in those circumstances, I think you're absolutely justified to kill a human being in order to prevent those rights violations. I
Okay.
don't see how that makes any sense. Like, especially from your perspective being a vegan, if you saw one person killing many animals, why would that not be morally justifiable to kill that one person to save many animals?
Because killing isn't the only thing that you do. As I've said already,
Okay, dude, if that's the only way to prevent a rights violation, hypothetically.
yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, well, that's great. I gave you my fucking proposition.
Yeah, right. But
Why do you keep doing this? I gave you my debate proposition, and I think it's clear. I've already stated this before. If there was some sort of alternative where I could shoot a magic happy gun and make all these problems go away, then sure, I'd be in favor of that. But if the only way to prevent these rights violations is to use lethal force, how is that not justified?
also, the debate prop, just to remind everyone, is killing predator animals, not like something else, but killing predator animals is ethical when it results in a reduction of rights violations against the prey species. So
Yeah, sure, and the assumption
now,
being that's the only option.
okay, so now because you've gone down a road which I didn't think you'd go down to say that any being that violates a right of another being in terms of the right to life, any being at all, now automatically doesn't have a right to life anymore. We don't extend it the right to life, and so it loses the right to life. So all carnivorous carnivorous animals lose the right to life. All meat eaters lose the right to life. Um, or in you've just explained maybe meat eaters who are knowingly uh, doing harm. Maybe you wouldn't instantly kill meat eating children who didn't know any better or something like
Sure.
this. But all of the meat eaters, all of the obligate carnivores, they would have to die. But then, in addition to that, you've got a whole bunch of herbivorous animals which kill carnivorous animals or kill other animals. So you've got, for example, buffaloes and hippos. They kill lions, for example. They kill lions back.
Yeah, sure.
You've got
Okay. They have
you've
every right to
got,
do that.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so
That's
you would
self-defense.
kill a whole bunch of herbivorous
Why would
animals,
I
like sometimes
care?
like
Why would I
zebras eat.
care? No, listen. Why the hell would I care if a herbivorous animal kills a carnivore? What are you
Okay,
talking about?
so Okay, yeah, so they lose the right to life and they can't have
No.
a rights violation happen towards.
What are you
Okay,
talking
right.
about? They're
So,
killing a mass murderer. Why would I have a problem with a buffalo killing a lion?
okay, so then because sometimes you get herbivorous animals eat other animals, um, on rare occasions we'd have to kill all of those herbivorous animals as well, right?
Okay, well, like, again, the whole point, like, I gave you the debate proposition.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of killing carnivorous animals if it reduces rights violations. I'm not convinced that killing all herbivorous animals would reduce rights violations. Like, just because, I don't know, you can find, like, a cow eating a mouse in rare instances, how would killing all cows be a reduction in rights violations?
Because assuming that a cow may eat two mice or something
Okay, why would I assume that?
over the lifespan, or
Yeah,
not even a
why would I
mouse. Like if
assume
we're
that?
talking about if we're talking about animals, I don't know what
Like,
you
I
wanted
mean,
to
I could
compare.
assume a
So,
mouse is going to kill another mouse over the span of its lifetime. Like, why would I assume any of these things and why would I care?
well, if you're going to say all animals, like we can think of very small animals that would be eaten by herbivorous animals. So, like how small are the animals? Like we talking like bugs? Like if a bug is eaten by, I'm
Well,
sure cows eat lots of
yeah,
bugs.
so most insects are carnivorous. They also, like, are very, very low on the sentient spectrum. And with that in mind, I don't really care about animals that eat insects, so like anteaters, for instance. Like, ants are carnivorous, they kill other animals, usually in horrible ways, and like they're so low on the sentient spectrum. I don't see how that would result in a reduction in rights violations if I were to kill, say, anteaters. That would probably increase rights violations.
Okay. Well, yeah, I honestly didn't think that you would go down this route just to say that we don't extend any rights to any animal which eats, I don't know, I guess more than two other animals in its lifetime. We don't extend any rights to them at all. They lose their right to life. So we're gonna, because at this point you're massacring basically most species of animal in the whole world.
Yeah, so I literally just told you, like, it's in my debate proposition. I'm in favor of killing carnivorous animals if it would reduce rights violations. So there certainly are circumstances where if you were to kill carnivorous animals, you could theoretically see an increased death in other prey or target species. In circumstances like that, I wouldn't be in favor of it. But in circumstances where that wouldn't be the case, which I'm sure there's plenty of circumstances like that, like Yellowstone Park, for instance, then I don't see why the fuck I would be against that. Like, again, you have this like you're not in favor of killing 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews. Like, we could talk about hypothetical situations where this happens in the real world. There are like hostage takers where there may be 5 armed bank robbers who might have 2 or 3 people hostage. The only way to save those hostages is to use lethal force to take down those hostage takers. Would you say, oh yeah, just let them kill the 2 or 3 hostages, because if we killed the 5 hostage takers, that would increase the amount of deaths committed? And again, this is a utilitarian point. Like, this isn't even deontological. It's weird. Like, you were
Well,
criticizing me for
deontology,
having you were
well, what
criticizing me for
deontology means
having, sorry?
what deontology means is that you have a rule-based ethical approach,
Yeah.
right? So your normative structure is rule-based.
Yeah.
Utilitarian is that you weigh up suffering or you weigh up some utility in
Yeah.
society.
And that's what
So
you've been doing.
no, no, I haven't. I've been trying to probe where you're going because I honestly thought
Okay.
that you were practicing some sort of covert utilitarianism. I didn't expect you to go down the route of just saying, well, none of these animals have any rights. Meat eaters don't have rights to life. None of these things have the right to life. And we should kill them all. I didn't think you were going to go that extreme. So I didn't prepare for this line of
Okay,
reasoning. But okay,
so
let's go
what's
there.
the issue
But
with my debate proposition? Like, do you have an argument against it?
well, I was just going to finish off what I was saying there in reply to when you're saying, oh, you wouldn't kill these people because you're being a utilitarian. No, I'm not being a utilitarian, right? Because a rule-based normative structure means that there's certain rules which you don't violate. One of them, like if you're Kantian, for example, one of them is you don't kill, right? And uh, I can just say, well, I don't kill people. So if there's some sort of trolley problem, I just say, well, I don't pull the lever. I don't kill people. And if you say, okay, what about all these Nazis killing all these Jews? I'm like, well, I don't, I don't kill people, right? So if there's no way to incapacitate them, and the only thing to do in this bizarre hypothetical, which doesn't apply to the real world,
Are
then
you in
uh,
favor
I
of
just have to stop doing
protecting
anything. Well, I'm not
rights?
going to do anything, right?
Are
So,
you in
so you,
favor of protecting rights?
um, well, I'm in favor of having rights, but I believe that even the Nazis have rights, right? Like by killing Nazis, you're
No,
also
so
violating rights.
we're talking about protecting rights. So okay, this is really weird. Let's say one individual was holding another individual prisoner, an innocent person holding somebody prisoner. Um, well, that's illegal. That's against the law, and we put people in prison for doing that. Would it be
Mm.
wrong to put them in prison?
Well, what you're doing is you're removing them from society. You're not killing them, right? Because everything that
Yeah,
we've
no, but I
seen
mean
so
the
far is that
rights
you're killing
violation,
everyone.
right, but I mean the rights violation is equivalent. So would there be no point in putting them in jail?
Well, you're removing them from society so they can't harm others, right? So you're not
Yeah, but I
killing them.
mean the harm is equivalent. So are you telling me there's no point in putting them in jail?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying what you think the harm is equivalent to killing someone to put them in
I'm
jail.
I'm no, that's not what I'm saying. Like what I'm
I
saying
didn't
is this
understand what you
idea
meant
you
there. Can
have
you
is
repeat?
really ridiculous. Like it seems like you don't care about protecting uh the rights of innocent people.
I think that everyone's got the right to self-defense,
Okay, if you
but
believe that
I'm not
people,
just going to
okay,
like
wait,
go
wait.
over
If
and
you
start
believe,
killing them
okay, so then if we believe that we have the right, like people have the right to self-defense, then why wouldn't you be in favor of killing carnivorous animals?
because they've got the right to self-defense. Have you ever seen a buffalo mess up a lion?
Wait, okay, so what? So no, I'm confused. What problem do you have with my debate proposition if you then just said like we have a right to self-defense?
I wasn't I wasn't attacking it just now. I was just responding to what you were saying.
Okay, so what is your problem with my proposition?
Well, it seems it seems the position that you have now. If I'm just gonna think about your position, because I honestly thought your position was going to be different. I honestly thought that you were going to say something like that lions have the right to life and prey animals have the right to life, but because lions kill more prey animals, we're weighing up these rights violations, and because more rights violations are happening for the prey animals, then it justifies violating less rights for the lions.
No,
So that's what I thought
so
your
I'm in
position was.
favor of
So,
protecting rights of innocent parties or innocent beings. So
right.
because because predatory animals are the aggressors here, they're the ones violating the rights of prey species. I'm in favor of protecting the rights of the prey species, just like I'd be in favor of protecting the rights of the Jews. And I'd be willing to cause, like, hypothetically, a larger scale of harm, killing 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews. And you're
Okay.
saying you wouldn't. Like, why the fuck would you let 10 million Nazis kill 5 million Jews?
Well, it's loaded because you're saying let. I don't like that word.
That's not loaded. If you could press a button and wipe out 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews, and that was the only way to do it, why the hell wouldn't you do that?
Um, so so what is happening here is how does this relate to essentially this is some kind of trolley problem in so far as if I don't pull the lever, then X amount die.
This
If I
isn't. I
do pull the
don't know
lever,
how the hell this is a fucking trolley
then
problem,
more
dude.
die.
This
But
is
then
in no
why?
way a trolley problem. This is in no way a trolley problem. This is, dude. Like, I don't know why you keep saying that. We're talking
I'm
about
trying to
whether or
relate
not
it
it's
back. I'm
morally
trying to
no,
relate it
this
back
isn't
to
a
the
trolley
insulated.
problem. We're talking about whether or not it's morally justifiable to cause a larger scale of harm to protect the rights of a smaller group. That's it. It's not a trolley problem. So would
Right,
you
right.
kill the 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews?
Yeah, as I say, I'm not someone who kills people, Richard. So in that
Right. Okay,
situation,
so you'd let Nazis kill 5
yeah,
million Jews. Okay, cool.
yeah. Well,
Right.
this is a pacifist position, and if you scale it up to these
You're a
extreme levels,
pacifist?
we get
Sorry,
we
you're
get
saying you're
sort
a
of
pacifist.
sorry.
You're saying you're a pacifist?
Yeah, pretty much. But if we look at
Pretty much.
like
Are
a
you a
deontological
pacifist or not?
approach,
Like, do you know what pacifism is?
well, I just mean it loosely in this case that I wouldn't, if there was war, if there was a draft, I would leave. Right? I don't fight
No,
wars.
that's
I
not
don't
what
kill people.
pacifism is. Pacifism is the belief that you should never commit any act of violence under any circumstances, even if it means like self-defense, protecting yourself. That's what pacifism is.
Yeah, no, I don't really mean that. I meant like I wouldn't go and fight in a war.
Okay,
But
great. So I gave you a hypothetical. If you could press a button, all you had to do was press a button to kill 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews, you still wouldn't press that button.
it would make me a murderer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I've already said to you, Richard, a whole bunch of times that I'm not a murderer. I don't kill people. Right. So
Right.
when
So
you
if we're
scale these
talking
things
about
up, you can get
Nazis that are
to.
going to commit a Holocaust, you wouldn't
Hmm.
press a button to kill the Nazis who are committing a Holocaust. Do you know how
Well, there's all
ridiculous that
sorts of questions like
sounds?
this. Would you kill baby Hitler, for example? There's all sorts of questions
Yeah,
like this,
sure.
and yeah,
Why the
yeah,
fuck wouldn't I if
but
I know the future?
many people wouldn't kill baby Hitler. Many people would, and that's why it's a moral question that needs to be pondered. But when you scale things up like this, you say, okay, well, we've got like 100 billion people getting killed, and all you need to do is press a button, and it kills one person. Then of course these positions look radical, but the same works with any other position, right? When you scale them up and make them look really stupid. But the thing is,
Can
you're having to scale it up in some sort of niche
can
vacuous
you
hypothetical.
can
But
you
whereas what the entailment of what you're saying is, would you would need to go out there and kill, basically destroy all life on Earth. Because once you
no.
destroy all of these animals, the ecosystem would collapse, and then all life on Earth would collapse, and all of the
So,
humans who would
it's in my
be included.
proposition, so you're just straw manning me. I already said this in my fucking proposition. I'm in favor of killing carnivorous
Right.
animals if it would reduce rights violations. So if a situation arose where if you killed all carnivorous animals, all life on Earth would be wiped out, obviously I wouldn't be in favor of it. So that's just a complete straw man. Can you explain to me exactly why you have an issue with killing Nazis? Like,
I've got an
this
issue
is
with
just
murder. I'm not a
baffling to
murderer.
me. Okay, so
I'm not a
you'd
murderer.
allow more. Okay, so you would allow innocent people to get murdered for just
What
for
you
the
have to
sake
do
of
is
not committing murder?
you have to construct an artificial hypothetical that doesn't map onto the real world, because in the real world, in war, you take prisoners, you incapacitate people,
That's
but
not the point of the hypothetical, dude. The point of the
yeah, but the
hypothetical is
hypothetical is supposed to pump our intuitions in something which is applicable to a real world scenario. But now you're just talking about something which isn't applicable to a real world scenario,
it's
because
entirely applicable. What do you mean?
you don't have to
It's entirely
kill all of
applicable.
the
No,
Nazis
there no.
to
So,
stop.
dude, yeah, no, dude, it's entirely applicable. And
Well, the
even if it
Nazis were
wasn't, who
stopped, right?
cares?
The Nazis
Even if
were
it
stopped.
wasn't, who
You didn't
fucking
kill
cared?
all of them,
Sorry, like even if it isn't applicable, who the fuck cares?
because hypotheticals are supposed to pump our intuitions in ways which we can map onto
Well, you
reality.
know what?
And
I
when we
should ask
can't
you
take that
this.
back to
Okay, dude, I
reality,
should ask you this. Do you believe like so if let's say the Nazis invaded, they were still here, they invaded this country. Do you think that we don't have a right to stop them? Because in doing so we'd have to use lethal force. But if we allow them to just take over our government and everything, then there would be no death. So are you saying we have no right to sovereignty? Do you believe
but
that
we have a
rights
right to self-defense. Of course, we've got a right to self-defense. But
No, no,
think
no.
about this
So
hypothetical. So
I'm
think about
very
this
confused.
hypothetical. Well,
Okay,
not even
wait,
a
wait,
hypothetical.
wait,
Think about this
wait. Do you
situation.
think? Okay, no, wait.
If there's a policeman, right, and a policeman sees someone shoplifting, sees a 15-year-old or something shoplifting from a store, the policeman's got a gun. Is the policeman just gonna kill the shoplifter, because now a violation has happened, a crime has happened? Is the policeman just gonna kill that person? now.
No, that makes no sense.
Yeah,
They're not.
exactly. You wouldn't kill
Okay,
that person.
look, okay, sorry. You don't waive your right to life just because you shoplifted. Like this like it seems like you have this idea that it's wrong to commit murder if it would result in like more harm, although like it would reduce rights violations. So, like, I'm just wondering if the Nazis were to invade, would you be against like defending your country and defending like your nation's sovereignty using lethal force?
What I'm
Should
saying is,
if there were some sort of totalitarian regime like Hitler, Maoist China, or Soviet Russia, like is it wrong to use lethal force to stop them from taking over the government? Because it like the rights violations that take place, or sorry, maybe I should rephrase it. The amount of harm committed, murder versus okay, like your freedom of speech being taken away, is far greater. Like, do you think we should just like bend over and put our asses in the air whenever something like that happens?
um, no, but I think it's a false dichotomy, which is what I've been saying to you. It's not like kill or not kill. There's incapacitate. There's take prisoners.
Okay,
There's
dude.
all these other options. But
I think you know full fucking well if there was a situation where another country invaded, you have to use lethal force. So I don't know why the fuck you keep bringing that up. Like, how fucking effective do you think a fucking 30 caliber machine gun is at incapacitating somebody? It's a fucking lethal weapon. Like, what the fuck are you
yeah,
talking about?
yeah. I'm not a soldier, Richard. I don't even know what that
Okay,
looks
so you think you could? Okay, so you're not a soldier, so you think if I had a 30 caliber machine gun that fires 800 rounds a minute, that you could just incapacitate somebody? It's not a killing machine. Like
well, no,
I
if
don't
you
know
blow
why you
someone's
keep
leg off,
bringing
you're
this up.
probably
It's really
incapacitated.
frustrating and stupid. Like what the fuck? Like, can you just spell out for me what the hell the issue is with you killing 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews? You haven't really spelt it out, and I'm trying to narrow it down. It's like it was
I've spelled it
sounding.
out quite a lot. I've spelled it out quite a lot, man. I'm not a murderer. And if you want to be a murderer, then you can do that, right?
Okay,
That's up to you.
okay,
But I'm not a murderer.
so do you have an ethical problem with somebody killing 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews?
Um, for if you think that that's ethical in your system, that's what you think in your system. In my
I'm
system,
asking
me, I
you,
personally don't think that.
do you or do you not believe it is unethical to kill 10 million Nazis to save 5 million Jews? Yes or no?
Well, I'm a descriptivist. In my personal opinion, I
Yes or
think.
no? It's a yes or no question. Why?
Okay, my
What?
personal opinion. For me, if I was the one doing the killing, it would be unethical for me. So it's unethical, yeah,
Why? Okay, why? Spell it out for me.
because it's murder. It's committing murder.
Okay, so
Because I believe
that's
the
still
Nazis have rights
not
as well.
okay. No, that's still not spelling things. Okay, so okay, let's say if there were 5 million Nazis, 10 million Jews, would you not? Would you still not be in favor of killing 5 million Nazis to save 10 million Jews?
Well, you can scale it up however much you want, but my answer is
So
not going to change because
what? You?
my answer is never going
I
to
am
change.
flabbergasted. You wouldn't kill 5 million Nazis to save 10 million Jews.
I'm not. If I say I don't kill people because I'm not a murderer, like that's my answer, Richard.
That's not a
I know
fucking explanation.
my
Like
explanation
why
is
do you
that you
have
become
a
a murderer.
moral
You become
problem
a
with
murderer.
that? No,
And I
why do
said
you
that
have a
about
moral
my
problem
rights
with
as
that?
well.
What is the moral problem that you have with that?
Again, it's murder, and I don't murder people. That's part of my personal
Okay, that's
system
not
that I
an
don't murder people.
explanation. Okay, that's not an explanation. That's like saying, "Oh, I'm against gay marriage." Oh, okay, well, why? I don't like I don't know. I'm not gay. Okay, that's not really an explanation for why you're against gay marriage.
You're asking me, would I become a murderer? And I'm
What
saying, no,
is
I
the
would not become
no
a murderer.
no no what the, spell it out for me. What is the moral issue you have with committing murder to reduce rights violations?
The problem I have, Richard, is that committing murder is something which I personally do not feel is a moral act. That's all there is to
Oh,
it.
okay,
You're
so
asking me
okay,
to spell out
wait.
something
So if there
more.
was okay, let me say. So if there was one Nazi who was going to kill 10 million Jews, you would think it's morally wrong to kill one Nazi to save 10 million Jews?
It's morally
Because
wrong.
murder is wrong?
It's morally wrong to kill
Okay,
anyone.
if you think
It's morally wrong to commit murder.
murder is morally wrong, then why the fuck would you allow more murders to happen? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because I'm not the one committing it. You're asking me to be the
Oh
one to
my
commit
god,
murder.
this is just insane.
You
I'm
think it's insane,
flabbergasted.
right?
This
You think
like
it's
this is the most
insane.
ridiculous thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like, dude,
You
if you're
think it's
against
insane, but
murder,
my
if you
normal
think murder's
physiology is
wrong,
different.
why would you be in favor of having more murders happen? It makes no sense.
I'm not in favor of having more murders
Yes, you
happen. I'm
are.
just
You wouldn't
stating
kill
some
one Nazi to save
hypothetical.
10 million Jews. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, dude, do you
But
believe, okay, dude, do you believe police shouldn't use lethal force to stop mass shooters? So if there was a
I
mass
just
shooter, in your hometown or at a school, killing fucking dozens of people, you don't think the police should shoot them?
but the police should shoot them, but they should incapacitate them, and they're
What
trained
the
to do that.
fuck? Dude, they're lethal fucking weapons. What do you mean incapacitate somebody with a fucking firearm? Are you out of your mind?
If you shoot someone in the leg or something,
Oh
and
my god. Oh my god. Dude, it's if the only way to stop them was to kill them, let's say every part of their body was a robot except their head. So if you shot them anywhere, it wouldn't stop them. Only shooting them right in the fucking head would stop them. You're telling me the police shouldn't stop a mass shooter who's killing dozens of people using lethal force?
the police should do everything they can to incapacitate. And
Okay,
that's what they're trained to do.
no. The hypothetical is they can only use lethal force. You're saying it's morally wrong for them to stop a mass shooter who's killing dozens of people if they use lethal force to kill that mass shooter or to stop the mass
Well,
shooter.
in my personal opinion, it's morally wrong. They might do it anyway, right? It's morally wrong. It's morally wrong.
Okay,
You can
dude,
laugh.
this
You can
debate
laugh.
over. You're a
wanna-
joke to me. You know what? You're
You can
just.
laugh. You
Okay,
wanna
dude,
kill
you're just
more
fucking
animals.
special. You know what? I am done. You're just special. All right. Like
So
I'm
you don't
arguing
think
with a
animals have
child.
rights?
Yeah, bro, I'm arguing with a child. Like, there's no point to this. So take
What,
care, man.
because I think
Thanks for
murder's
coming
wrong.
on.
Always. That's what a deontological.
Oh my god. That was fucking hilarious. What's the point? What's the point of continuing? Oh my god. That was like the most insane shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. Oh god, that was bad. Yeah, yeah, like, okay. Like, look, if somebody is going to claim that I'm being immoral with my stance on culling predatory animals, and then their ethical belief is that it's wrong to commit murder in any sense for any reason, like if murdering one person would save a billion people, you still think it's wrong? Like, dude, you're insane. It's oh my god. Okay, well, you know, that's it. There's no arguing with somebody like that. He's literally in favor of letting, like, one Nazi kill 10 million Jews. He's in favor of letting, like, a mass shooter just run on a rampage and murder as many people as they like. It's just fucking crazy. There's no arguing with somebody like that. So, yeah, he didn't even have an argument against my position. He just has some, like, really weird, bizarre deontological belief where he thinks, like, it's just wrong to commit murder no matter fucking what. Like, okay, dude, if that's your belief, you're just out of your mind. So, I'm not going to, I don't know if, Jasmine, should I open up the Streamlabs? Okay, fine. Anybody can hop on and ask me questions, I guess, if they want. Yeah, I know, like, anybody can donate and ask me whatever. So let me see.
If we killed all those animals you mentioned, it would destroy the place of nature.
Yeah, so again, that link is meaningless. So again, it's in my proposition. If killing carnivorous animals would increase rights violations, so like massively increase the amount of deaths and harm committed, then I'm not in favor of it, obviously. But in situations where, yeah, it would reduce, murder and deaths against prey species, why would I not be in favor of it? It makes no sense. But thanks for the nation, Dodo. What? Yeah, I know. I can't do anything about that. The alert box is. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just for the stream. I'll fix it later. Should have brought the xenomorph hypothetical. I mean, I could have. It's just, like, I don't know. Things just didn't go that way. And I was trying to get to the bottom of, like, the main problem it seemed that he had with my position is that, um, although it reduces rights violations, it ends up committing more harm, which is a little weird. That seemed very utilitarian to me. But then I ended up finding out, no, this isn't about fucking, like, committing more harm. He's just against using lethal force in any context for any reason. It was psychotic.
Streaming tonight? ///////corn, inner city, Kumigurt.
Probably not gonna stream later tonight. I want to get some more sleep and shit and rest, but thanks for the donation, Corn Man.
There are so many idiots in your chat that thought Footsoldier won that. It just goes to show that so many vegans don't understand basic logic. Sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. If Footsoldier is against murder, why the hell would he be in favor of a position that increases murder? It makes no sense. So even if he had some, like, weird deontological position that, like, murder is wrong under any circumstance, then why would he want more murder? It's
That debate was hilarious. Do more debates, PLS.
Yeah, like, I probably should. I'm gonna do some more debates in the future. They're hard to set up because a lot of people are afraid of debating me, but I think Modern Day Debates wanted me to come on. Thanks for the nation, though, Seb. Yeah, Callus, I don't know how anybody could have the idea that Footsoldier won. The guy is in favor of Nazis killing Jews because killing even one Nazi to save 10 million Jews is wrong in his opinion. It was just baffling hearing somebody say that. So yeah, like, he's even in favor of letting mass shooters just run around and kill everybody. It's just crazy.
What the hell was the debate even about originally? The last 10 minutes seems so absurd.
So the debate was supposed to be about whether or not it's okay to cull carnivorous animals to reduce rights violations. Yeah, it keeps doing that. Weird. I don't know why. Yeah, that's something weird with the alert box. Maybe I have to just reset it. Dodo donated $2 and he sent me a link on Birds of Prey. Well, I'm not really concerned about Birds of Prey, Dodo, but thanks for the donation anyway. Yeah, so the debate was supposed to be about whether or not it's okay to cull carnivorous animals. We ended up getting into a discussion about, like, what's a rights violation, how much harm is acceptable to prevent a rights violation, like, shit like that. And then I found out that Footsoldier has this weird, bizarre belief that killing for any reason, even if it means saving millions of lives, is wrong. I like, what's weird to me too is he said it's okay to kill in self-defense. Nothing he said made any sense. He literally said it's okay to kill in self-defense. So then why the fuck did he say murder in any context is wrong? It's just bizarre. I don't think he thought anything through. That was just fucking embarrassing, but thanks for the donation, Frinks. Appreciate it. Debate was weird. Hypotheticals were bizarre. I thought his hypotheticals were a bit bizarre because, like, we weren't talking about one mouse versus, like, a million carnivorous animals. It was a little weird. Like, it seemed like he was trying to point out that, like, the amount of harm committed would be greater. Therefore, even if you're interested in reducing rights violations, it's not worth it. That's what it seemed like to me. But then I tried to, like, point out that, like, look, even if harm is greater, you should be more concerned with rights violations. But
I don't
yeah.
understand vegans who want to keep carnivorous animals alive because it's their nature. How can you claim to love herbivorous animals but also love their killers?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
You are wrong about ants.
Okay, so Dodo linked me an article about ants. It literally just says ants are important to ecology. So, that's great, Dodo. Thanks for the donation, dude. You're a little weirdo. Yeah, so kill all lions, it doesn't make any sense. I don't see how you could claim you care about animals, but then you're in favor of letting, like, murderous animals kill other animals. I don't see how you can have a consistent position where you're okay with lions killing, say, like, gazelle or deer or something, but then you're against people doing that. It makes no sense. But thanks for the donation, kill all lions, appreciate it. You interrupted over... So the only time I interrupted him when he was not making a point or ignoring what I was saying, or, like, moving the discussion along when he wasn't answering, like, my hypothetical questions, then laughed continuously, then quit. Well, yeah, like, what's the point of arguing with him at that point? Like, he kept changing his position. First, he was trying to argue that, like, the total amount of harm committed would be greater if you kill carnivorous animals, even if it would reduce rights violations, which sounds like a utilitarian position to me, even though he claims to be a deontologist. Then I tried to argue with him that no, like, we shouldn't be primarily concerned with the amount of harm committed. We should be more concerned with the amount of rights violations that are taking place. And there's plenty of situations where, like, any reasonable fucking person would be more interested in rights violations
I
versus
can't
overall
agree
harm.
with your Nazi hypotheticals. The Nazis chose to kill Jews. Predator animals don't have that cognitive ability yet. I thought you had a stance that vegans can eat meat in survival situations.
Okay, yeah, dude,
Isn't
you
it a
didn't listen to anything I
24/7
said.
survival situation in the wild?
Okay, so you didn't listen to anything I said. The Nazi analogy had nothing to do with comparing Nazis to carnivorous animals. That part of the debate was about whether or not committing a greater overall harm justifies reducing rights violations. So you weren't even listening, but thanks for the donation, Soyboy Beta. Yeah, so then the debate moved over to arguing about whether or not committing overall harm is justified to reduce rights violations, thus the Nazi analogy.
Saying we should kill all carnivores is saying we know better than nature. It's murder for the greater good.
Yeah, that's fine. I do know better than nature. Nature has no wisdom or knowledge. So yes, I know better than nature, but thanks for the donation, Dodo. So yeah, I thought his position, because he was arguing this the first, like, half of the debate, that he was just against, like, the overall harm being committed, not necessarily the rights violation, aspect of it. Then I fucking later found out that no, even if it would reduce overall harm and reduce rights violations, he's still against killing. So, like, I have, like, no idea what his fucking actual position is, and he wouldn't explain it. He was just being extremely fucking unclear the entire time. So, like, I was just fucking done. When the guy, like, has a position that, oh yeah, let a mass shooter just keep killing people because the only way to stop him is to use lethal force. Like, you know what, dude? You're a fucking joke. Like, move on. So, yeah, no shit, I just quit the debate. Like, what's the point? I'm arguing with, like, somebody with mental problems. Like, I'm convinced at this point that the guy isn't right in the head. Like, he would allow 10 million Jews to get killed if it meant you had to murder one Nazi. He thinks it's wrong to kill a mass shooter. If there was a mass shooter with a machine gun killing dozens of people in a shopping mall, he would be against the police shooting them. Like, what's the point of arguing with somebody like that? It's just crazy. So, yeah. I don't think it was wrong of me to just quit the debate. It was just stupid. But, yeah, I think that'll be it. Not gonna stream later tonight. This debate is gonna stay up on my channel, though. I just want to catch up on sleep, get some more rest, that sort of thing. But I will stream tomorrow. So, hope you guys enjoyed the, debate, if you could call it that. But yeah, take care, everybody. Thanks for the Streamlabs donations, by the way. So peace out.